What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. I want to go over this topic. One of the greatest illusions is privacy. And the reason why I state this is because, I've learned from my experience and just interacting with the world, interacting with people, that, there is nothing private about your life. Um, Especially when it comes to internal, when you start to really digest that you are one with the collective. And if you really dig deep inside, we are all experiencing each other. You will start to realize that nothing is private, nothing at all. you know um we live in a world where I think a lot of people seek to have this privacy. We are taught to wear clothes and cover ourselves, and we're taught to have rooms and our own bedroom, and we're taught to shower with the doors closed, and uh we're taught all of these things. And I'm not saying that it's bad. I understand them to a certain degree, but I think that at some point people think that their life or what they do is private or is secluded from the world, or that people are not actually feeling and sensing what they're doing. And that's the thing. We cannot see sometimes what people's doing, but if you feel, you can get a description. If you one thing that I've noticed is that when you can feel and see people's thought patterns, you can start to use your imagination to create a depiction of how this person lives. And some people are really good at doing that. Some people are very, very talented at actually doing things like that. And I think that's how psychics are. People who have psychic gifts and psychic abilities, especially like women. Women can pick up on thought patterns and feelings very well. And because they're so good at imagination too, they can kind of puzzle together these feelings and these thought patterns, and they can basically observe what you do behind closed doors. And it's very interesting. And if you know if you know how to do those patterns, you can understand people very, very well. And that's how you start to really see that we are all one. Nothing is private. And, we're all affected by something somebody else does, you know. And that's why it's very important when you step into this world that you step into the world with so much grace and so much understanding and empathy. Because when you have an empathetic, feeling towards people, you can actually, make them feel that, you can actually give people that privacy. Even though privacy is not real, you can give people that privacy because you understand, how important it is for somebody to have their own time, their own alone time. But this illusion of privacy, or that we are separated from each other in some type of way, that you can hide off into somewhere to do your own thing. uh it's a false, claim, and it's a false description of who we are as human beings, and how we actually live this life. And I think that this also allows people to, feel more, this creates all different types of patterns of negativity as some people may feel like, oh, I don't get time to myself, or, people are all up in my business, or, why is this person so close to me, or like, why is this person all in my business? Because nothing is very like, you know, everything is already in the open. You just don't know about it, and the thing is that you, in some way, you have to learn how to be open and be comfortable with being open. And the more comfortable you be with being open, you start to let go of, these negative thought patterns of, whether somebody's out to get you, or being paranoid, or, that somebody can, see me, or, everybody can see you. Everybody can see you. You have to realize that you're being watched all the time. You're always being watched. You're being watched by people, places, things. There's cameras everywhere. A lot of people want to live in this darkness, but there's really no darkness, man. Because even if you live inside of the realm of darkness, there's entities that are watching you. There are spirits that are watching you. I feel like in the dark, you're being watched even more than you think. You're being watched more than you think. I think in the darker realms, people are more nosy than when you're outside in the light and you're just being about, you know. But privacy is one of the greatest illusions. It's one of the greatest illusions. I think that once you apply empathy and understanding, you can create spaces for people to have their time alone, or time to themselves. But energetically, we are all connected. We are all connected. If somebody wants to disrupt me at any time, by energetically, they're allowed to do that. Anybody can disrupt me. Anybody can disrupt my privacy. Anybody can disrupt my peace of mind at any time they want to. That's why it's very important to learn how to build this inner dialogue with yourself and inner foundation within yourself. But yeah, I just want to leave people with this message. Nothing is private, nothing at all. And the faster you come to understand this, I think you're able to take down these darker entities, these darker illusions, and you become comfortable. You become in some way comfortable with the darker entities watching you and observing you. Because I especially I won't get into it too much, but I've learned this from doing shadow work. And when you do shadow work, it gets dark sometimes, man. You know, uh, it can get dark sometimes, and you start to notice that, you know, everywhere you go, you're being watched. Weird things happen, and you can get paranoid at times, very paranoid. Weird people coming up to you, trying to do things to you. But nothing is private, man. Nothing is private. You have to be comfortable with being just out there. And that's the real reality of life. We are all exposed. We are all very exposed. So I think the best thing for people to do is learn how to build your armor of exposure. So some people try to build their armor of what I like to say privacy, where they build an armor around their body, right? But your body, you have to, the thing is that your body is the armor. So you have to build the armor of your body instead of trying to build an armor to try to protect you, if you get what I'm saying. So build your armor of exposure. Once you can do that, you become better at navigating life, navigating situations. So I hope you guys like this video. Peace.